There is a new effort to create stricter DWI laws in Minnesota. Just after lunchtime today, lawmakers introduced the bipartisan bill that was created in the wake of a deadly crash at Park Tavern in St. Louis Park. It was 6 months ago that an alleged drunk driver crashed into the patio, killing 2 people and injuring several others. Gordon Severson is here now to explain what would change under this new plan. Gordon?
Yeah, this is the bill right here. It's 17 pages long, but the idea itself is pretty simple. Lawmakers want more convicted drunk drivers to use ignition interlock systems instead of just driving illegally without a license. And they argue if this law was in place a year ago, it might have prevented this tragedy from happening.
His horrific decision has left a gaping hole.
A decision that took 2 lives and forever changed hundreds of others who see Park Tavern as a home away from home.
Nobody in the restaurant industry want these people on the road.
Owner Phil Weber says he supports the new bill that was presented at his restaurant Friday after he lost a beloved waitress, Christina Folkerts.
Nothing is going to cure this. It's just something has got to be done.
This can't happen again.
Jennifer Meister also supports the bill. She's the president of Methodist Hospital, where they too lost a cherished employee, Gabe Harvey.
This tragedy further connects us and brings us together.
A bond that goes far beyond the tragedy. Meister says Park Tavern has donated nearly 60 meals a week to Methodist Hospital for nearly 5 years. The only week they missed was the week of the crash.
One thing I've learned is that alcoholism is a nasty disease.
Senator Ron Latz says his new bill might have prevented this tragedy. It lengthens the amount of time a convicted drunk driver must use an ignition interlock system.
Bailey had 5 prior Minnesota DWI convictions.
Representative Larry Kraft says under their bill, the alleged drunk driver Stephen Bailey would have been required to use ignition interlock for 10 years for each of his last 3 DWIs.
From a tragedy, we're working on a solution.
Jeff Witte is one of 2 House Republicans who have signed on to the bill. He's hopeful both parties will come together to pass this bill.
All Minnesotans expect us to work together.
We certainly all remember that tragedy and how horrible it was. It does seem, Gordon, like there's bipartisan support. So what's next?
Yeah, well, it's going to be in a House committee on Wednesday and a Senate committee on Friday. And as I mentioned in the story, that there are 2 Republicans that have signed on from the House. And Senator Latz says he's talking to some Republicans in the Senate and starting to get some interest. So this is one that would actually have a decent chance of passing this session, maybe next session if they need a little more time to kind of hash out the finer details.